work pacing to this point for you?
Well, the pace is accelerated. We got a Friday night game, and coming off a late Saturday one, we had to get right to work. So game plans have been in since Monday, and the guys have been working really hard through soreness and playing a hard one to come back and flip around and get to the next one. So credit to the guys for pushing yesterday and today's practice. I feel positive and really good about where the guys are at going into this week.
What challenges does MTSU present?
They appear to be a smaller school on paper, but they've got guys that really good team speed and very capable. I don't know what they do on offense, but on defense, they do a lot of different variety of things. So our guys have had to prepare for a bunch of different looks, man, zone coverage, and different fronts as well.
How does the defense compare to Texas's and Utah's?
Their defense? Mm-hmm. Well, on film, not as big, but on film, they look just as fast. So we expect a fast opponent, and that's what we're preparing for.
What are your points of emphasis during this practice session this week as far as the offense goes?
Well, with the growth and the stage that we're at on offense, we're up one week and just kind of mediocre the next. I'm looking for consistency. If the guys can show, earn a level of respect, depending on no matter who we play, if we can go out there and be consistent and move the ball and punch it in the end zone, that's what I'm looking to develop and to get better with.
Is that a mirror image of practice? I mean, their practices up, down, up, or?
Well, sometimes they are that way, and our goal as a group is to minimize those giant leaps up and down, and to be a steady performer. So we've been working on that, measuring things in practice and trying to hit the mark in practice.
Pass efficiency has been a big problem. What are you doing to address that in practices?
Well, it's kind of a sign of the stage of where we're at right now. We're the pass game is not been effective. And the run game has been spotty as well. So it's got to be tightened down on all levels, passing, running, the fundamentals of the game on offense. If it's a pass play, you got to get open. And you have to protect, and you have to throw, and then you have to catch. And right now, we are not doing that at a high level.
What about, because Taysom's pretty fairly inaccurate on throws on this past week, so I had to kind of work on that to get him closer where receivers have a chance to get the ball.
Well, it's got to start with protection. A lot of the time, Taysom's been harassed, and if that's a consistent deal for a young quarterback, then he's not trusting what's going on downfield. He's barely trusting what's going on in front of him. So before we jump to conclusions about Taysom Hill, what I see is we have to grow as an offensive unit. And the pass efficiency statistic is a characteristic of where we're at right now.
There may be any beneficial because you guys go fast, get to the line. Some teams will use the clock to see what's going in front of them, what defense is giving them instead of snap, snap, snap like you guys are going. Is there any consideration to see what's going on with the defense is bringing to you?
That'd be easy to revert to, but would still have the same problems. It would still be an efficiency deal, in my opinion. Whether you go fast or go slow, that's a team culture thing. It's our job right now on offense to execute, whether you go fast or slow. If you have the same symptoms in one tempo, they're certainly going to follow you in the other.
You said after the Utah game that you were pretty pleased with how fast you were going, pretty pleased with how hard the players were playing, and it was coming more down to execution. Is that what you're seeing as you've looked at what's going on with the team? Are you pleased in those two areas?
Well, yeah, the team culture is that. And to see the offensive unit take steps forward in that department is very encouraging. But, you know, the implication is to confuse activity with results, and that's certainly what we're not trying to do. One piece of the puzzle is headed in the right direction, and the other piece of the puzzle is not where it needs to be, and that's where we are currently.
Is the piece heading in the right direction run game related? You called it spotty, but is that more where you're...
Well, I do believe we are a better run team than a throw team at this point. And, you know, a lot of those throws were just too long, you know, the long yardage ones. So to have shorter yardage throws and more efficiency, you know, your third down's got to be short and medium. So that means your first and second down, you know, you got to be able to run the ball efficient. You got to be able to complete balls in those areas. And we were very spotty the other night. So, yes, the goal is to get better. And the push, the effort is headed in that direction. Now, as to when it flips on and looks magic, you know, I don't have a timetable other than I do know that the players are committed. After a tough loss to come back and push the way they push, they're very committed to improving and fixing that.
Assuming Jamal can't play, and I know he's day-to-day, would Adam Anae be the next back that would maybe get a few?
Oh, yes. Adam, Michael, Paul, each one of them will, as a group, have to carry the load there. No doubt.
Coach, is it fair to say that, judging from your comments, protection or better protection will help Taysom the most in trying to improve his numbers right now?
Any pass offense starts with that. And if you're going to improve your passing efficiency, it starts with protection. Now, is that the only problem? No. Is that an isolated problem? No. A lot of that is a combination. You know, at this point we're throwing the ball, someone breaks down. At this point of the ball, someone slips on a route. At this point of the ball, he didn't read the right coverage, and the ball goes, you know, so right now that is where we're at with it. And so it's just a matter of everybody committing to doing better and improving ourselves. And again, I do believe we are accomplished in the team culture part of going fast and going hard. The guys are really trying. The execution is not there. And symptoms of a team that's just where we're at right now.
Do you track drop rates at all, and is that a factor for you, and is it acceptable at this point of the season for you?
Oh, no, any drop is never acceptable. And, you know, right now we're looking for guys to, you know, take charge of that part and show up and be guys, you know. When you get a chance to make a play, make a play. So having Cody Hoffman back in that department is huge because he's clearly one that has shown that if the ball comes near him most of the time, may not be perfect route, perfect pass, but he plays big, and we're trying to get all of our guys to play big as well.
The red zone problems, when you're reviewing the film, was that an execution problem, a play calling? What have you put your finger yet on what went wrong in the red zone offensively?
Well, the red zone efficiency is also a sign of where we're at. You know, we're not very efficient as a group right now. These are typical symptoms of an offense that has not earned that consistency, and that's what we're trying to do, is to be a group that can be consistent there on third down and rushing the football efficiently. And if you do that in those areas, then your quarterback looks really good. And right now our offense is not hitting at that cylinder like we'd like to.
You said you lost the game in the trenches as far as the offense goes. What are you doing to make sure that doesn't happen in future games?
Well, there is no magic fix there. You just take it one day at a time and one game at a time to get yourself better. You know, I thought we did take a step forward in that with the Texas game, but we got outplayed in the Utah game and outcoached. So we got to do a better job all the way around there. It's Again, symptomatic of an ailing offense starts with your guys up front. When it's going well, then y'all pay attention to the skilled guys and give them interviews and give them credit. When it goes bad, it's usually, but that's football. It does really start in the trenches.